failure and success are both choices, and you have an option. We all do. Because if you don't choose to be who you are, then you might experience failure. But if you choose to be who you are, then you're going to experience success. And that's the work that I'm doing. That's the only work that I do. Because you have to understand that you were born with everything you needed to create a successful life. However, you were born with a life path that might not have been straight, might not have shown you where you were supposed to go. And then you got confused, and then you started telling yourself something's wrong. Something's happening that I don't like, that I don't know who I am. That's never true. You've just programmed yourself that way. And so then you have to decide, I'm going to choose to do something different. And what you're going to do different is start to look at everything that has ever happened to you and make it into a success. You do. And that's the work that I do, you see, because when I can look at anything that that's happened to you, any experience, anything that you've moved through, and you might judge it, oh, this was a terrible thing. I say, oh, wow, but look at what you gained here. Look at what you learned, and look at what you developed. Maybe we could put that into a book. Maybe we could put that into a program where you could sell it and make some money now because you figured it out. So how could that thing have become a failure? Now, you might have been working on something for a really long time and it's not working out for you and you don't know where you're going with it, and so that might feel like it's a failure. That means that you haven't studied other inventors and scientists and people who have been working on things forever, because they knew that the constant working on it and figuring it out, when they were determined, they would get there, and then they'd have this they'd have this creation that would just change the world. It's happened many, many times, and you could be the person who has that and who could choose to do that. And that's what I'm saying. It's a choice. But we can look at things and think, oh, this is not me. I can't handle it. What's going to happen? And I did that for a long time. And that's why I do this work. There's no reason that any person can't create this magnificent, successful life unless they choose failure. And you choose failure by not being willing to go on the journey of self-discovery, you see, because you didn't understand it when you were born, but now you have something, a tool, you have things that you can use to start to understand it. Once you get in touch with that, say, this is who I am, and you start to believe it and own it, you create this incredible life. And you make a difference not only for yourself, but for everyone else. And I'm talking about this because it was challenging for me to do this for many, many years, because the particular gift that I had, I judged. You might have done that. You might have thought that what you were given, because we are all given something when we were born, you might have thought that what you were given was not enough, or it was strange and weird, or it's not powerful, or it's just not going to make a difference. All of those things are incorrect. Whatever it is that you felt drawn to, that you felt you had this inclination to go to, it was real. Now, you may not stay there. I've done so many things and I changed, but the process, the steps of getting there were challenging at times, but it always leads you to who you were meant to be, and that is your authentic self. And when you discover that, then you take over the world. Really, because you have no more fear. You're not doubting yourself. And this is the work that I do. It's the only work that I do. It's the work that I do in my coaching and in my program, my online program, and it's called Your Last Development Program. And you see, I called it that because I've been doing this work for more than 40 years, and there's everything that I have come to and I understand. And you can go anywhere and you'll see that you're going to be doing the same work. You can go to the next coach, the next program, all you're doing is sitting there and doing some work, figuring out things, deciding whether or not you're going to do it. But it's all a process of changing your mind, you see. They're not giving you anything else. No one is giving you anything extraordinary that's going to instantly change everything. It's you. And it's a methodical, step-by-step process of uncovering your genius, because there's genius within you. We all have it when we're born. We just don't always discover what it is and decide to do it. And you see people who have not done that. We can see people who are homeless, who have nothing, who are just not, feel like they're not making a difference in society. Well, they didn't have that opportunity. You do. That's the difference. And so you're looking at them and seeing that to inspire you to become your best self. And you wouldn't even be listening to me if that were not true for you. You would never have found me. That's what happens. So just have to know that you are choosing the life that you're living right now, because there's no reason for you to suffer, be unhappy, be broke. None of that's true. You just haven't taken the steps to discover your value, your worth, and your genius that's within you, because that's what you use to create a magnificent and extraordinary life. That's the work that I do.